San Francisco 49ers fans, where you at? C-Train here from C-Train Station. Hey, just checking in, talking about a little bit about that Niners 32-19 Monday Night Football win, starting the year off on an incredibly good note. Hey, let's just go over a couple players on the Niners who really stood out, who just popped off that screen, right? Number one, we got to talk about Jordan Mason. J.P. Mason, the Niners running back, had a game. 28 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown. Where's number 24? Dare I say, he reminds me a tad bit. He is, I'm going to say, he's like the Shanahan version, like the Shanahan system of Marshawn Lynch. Yeah, he's a load to take down. He finishes runs. He's decisive when he hits the hole. I really like Jordan Mason. Go back to my videos in the past, though. Go back to my training camp videos. I have loved Jordan Mason for the whole time. Look, I'm not just saying that. There is like certifiable evidence now, right? Boom. Check the data. There are lots of videos. I'm like pointing over there, like the video, like there's a video over there. Yeah, you can check. But the video isn't like over there. It's on your screen. Anyways, oh my gosh. Okay, so Brock Purdy at quarterback. Okay, so Jordan Mason, I think that Christian McCaffrey can just take as long as he wants with his, I believe it's now Achilles tendonitis. It's actually his issue. I hope that he can get right regardless. I mean, it doesn't matter. McCaffrey has to get right regardless of whether there's a Jordan Mason to take the spot or not, right? Because the Niners probably aren't going to be able to go where they really want to go without a healthy Christian McCaffrey, or honestly, in the fold. However, this is Jordan Mason's time to shine, and I really hope he brings it because he can set the tone next week in Minnesota, and I really hope that he does because that is a game. Like Jordan Mason, this is the time. The time is now to be valuable, to make some money on that next contract, right? And to help the Niners win games. I believe that Jordan Mason also like bought a jugs machine, like for catching, like wide receivers and tight ends usually use it as well. I mean, all football players who catch usually use it. However, I believe he bought one in the offseason. I think that he's the Niners player that did it. You know, that's the type of player that you want to reward. And that's the type of player you see that when he runs. You see a work rate, a high work rate when you watch Jordan Mason run. And that is the biggest compliment that I can give. Dare I say, the Niners and Frank Gore entered the Niners Hall of Fame on Monday. And dare I say, honestly, the way in which he finished runs, the way in which he was decisive, hey, maybe it was Frank Gore-esque. Okay, it wasn't the style of Gore, but the passion, the heart was there. Brock Purdy, 19 of 29, 231, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Should have had a touchdown for sure to Brandon Ayuk. Oh, that was difficult. But what I like is that Purdy didn't turn the ball over. He ran for a good first down, I believe, for like 11 yards mid-game. I liked what Purdy had to bring to the table. Didn't make mistakes. Again, that drop was Ayuk's fault. He should have definitely had that touchdown. That was a dime. And that's the type of game you have to play against a really good Jets team. Sometimes you have to take what they give you, and they don't give you that much. But he led like 6, 7, 8 successful like drives, scoring drives, not touchdown drives, but scoring drives in a row. Very, very good. I will take 32 points any day. He was the guy with the ball for the majority of the time for the Niners. Receiving-wise, Juwan Jennings is a dog. Deebo Samuel's a dog. George Kittle's a dog. Brandon Ayuk, I hope that he's a dog, but he's a dog that's honestly dropped a couple balls. I did not like that. I think that next game in Minnesota, that Kyle Shanahan should give Ayuk the ball multiple times running the ball on those little wide receiver little end arounds. I really think that Ayuk needs the ball early and often in his hands to get a rhythm going. He's that type of base player, just like the Niners got Deebo Samuel going a little bit through just straight up lining him in the backfield, up in the backfield. I think that they need to access Brandon Ayuk's electrifying dynamic by just getting him the freaking ball on some end arounds and some direct plays to him. Starting out. Offensive line, extremely impressed. Trent Williams, it's like he never missed a beat. Aaron Banks, Dominic Pooney. Dominic Pooney is there. Just get on Twitter and search Dominic Pooney, P-U-N-I. Look at the videos. There are a couple videos of him like blocking 2 players with one hand, or like 2 players. He's doing work on Quinnen Williams, not work, but he's like seriously doing a pretty good job on Quinnen Williams, on the Jets defensive tackle Quinnen Williams. Whew. Dominic Pooney could be an all-pro, and it could be sooner rather than later. I love his anchor. He's one of the better anchoring guards I've ever almost seen. Now, his punch power isn't necessarily the power that I've seen, but his anchor, his ability to set and be there, be a freaking wall in between defender and ball, is epic. He's so good at that, and he's good early. That's such a steady trait. It's a positional trait. It's such a tactical trait that Dominic Pooney has. I love it. I love it. I love it. Colton McKivitz, he wasn't great, but honestly, he wasn't like horrific. He had a couple penalties on him. But Brock Purdy wasn't like getting rocked, which is good. Yes. So there's still some stuff to clean up, I think, offensive line-wise, but I was happy. Okay, defense. Defensively, wow. Very, 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 very impressed. Very good performance. Defensive line, Leonard Floyd, welcome to the Niners, baby. His first sack. Malik Collins on the defensive line. I like the Collins and Hargrave at the defensive tackles, and this is why. Collins is a guy who's just like, wow, I love him. He reminds me, and this is the biggest compliment ever, he reminds me, he's so strong, man. He reminds me of like Bryant Young a little bit, and that's the biggest compliment ever. I think he's bigger than Bryant Young was, and Bryant Young's like quicker and a better pass rusher. They're different players, but he plays tough like BY. How about that? He definitely, the measurables aren't there. The play style isn't even there or anything like that. They just both play defensive tackle, and they're tough. How about that? He's tough like Bryant Young was. Like, man, Malik Collins just pushing freaking offensive line. Oh, man, dude. I love watching him perform at defensive line. I would like to see more pressure from Bosa. I want to see Bosa wrecking quarterbacks' lives a lot more than he did to Aaron Rodgers. With that said, I think Aaron Rodgers had like 167 yards and only 1 touchdown. Yeah, they need to get to the quarterback more, and they need to disrupt the quarterback more. By they, I mean the Niners' defense and specifically defensive line. I think Leonard Floyd did a really good job on his end of the bargain, but I have to see more from Bosa. I must see more from Bosa. And it's all good. I just expect that much from him. Like, okay, let's move to the linebackers. DFF, Mr. Flanagan Foles, wow, great interception. But Fred Warner, man. Fred Warner surprised me this game in all the best ways. Like, I think he had the punch out for the fumble. Ridiculous. And Malik Collins, I think, got. Okay. Fred Warner plays the violent brand of football that can win you championships, but he needs other people to come along with him on that Niners defense. Who will come along with him on that path of violence towards the championships, towards that Lombardi trophy? He needs somebody. I think Jair Brown can do it. I think Talanoa Hufanga can do it. I know that defensive line can do it. Who in the linebacking core can do it? I don't know if the Niners can just really depend on Dre Greenlaw. I mean, that Achilles is something big to come back from. We have to give Greenlaw the benefit of the doubt, and also we have to give him a lot of time. It's a Super Bowl that happened. Not like that long ago, right? Okay. I like what Devondre Campbell, Niners linebacker, had to bring to the table. I think he was second on the team in tackles. But, yeah, you know what? You can't ask for more on that Niners defense, honestly. I'm trying to find it. Maybe more pass rushing. I would love for them to have just hit and touched up Aaron Rodgers more. You can't always get what you want. okay? But we definitely got what we needed this game from the Niners defense. That secondary, Deommodore Lenoir, awesome. Awesome defense on, I believe, Garrett Wilson. Great deflection and then that led to the interception, right? And I didn't see the Niners get destroyed other than that one play that was right up the seam on that free play on the offside that was one of the Jets' touchdowns. You got to play through those. You can't let players like Aaron Rodgers. Okay, Aaron Rodgers, that was a cheeky play, right? He caught the Niners offsides and then he beat them deep. Okay, take that in a snapshot. Seriously, take that in a snapshot. Now listen. Patrick Mahomes will do that to the Niners every play. Let that sink in. What Aaron Rodgers did once for success, for a touchdown, over the top with the Niners, by drawing them offsides, those types of plays, Patrick Mahomes does every play, like literally every time. So the Niners always have to be vigilant, and they need to, but that's it. Special teams, knock on wood. Oh, we got to talk about Jake Moody. 5 field goals, I believe. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 field goals. I can dig it for Jake Moody. Hey, look, 5 of 5, I believe. We have to give credit where credit is due. Jake Moody freaking came through. We can dig that. Okay, hey, maybe we'll do a breaking it down with C-Train because I want to see some highlights. I wanted to leave this chatter to like who just stood out a lot. Yeah, the Niners defense and Jordan Mason. How about that? Till next time, I'm C-Train, and I'm out.